cheese. All right, and welcome back to That's Some Cheese, part of the Vendetta Sports Podcast Network. Today is Monday, March 22nd, 2021. And I don't really have a clear direction for the show. I know we're also going to be recording another day this week. We're going to have Andrew McGinnis and my guy Matt do a little hockey episode. But for this episode, it's just going to be quick 20 minutes in and out. And we're just going to talk about some company stuff. Because I know these clips have gotten a lot of views in the past, more so than I kind of anticipated. So we're just going to do a quick little 20-minute company update, see where it goes. I don't really have a clear direction, but Sir Alex, how are you? What's up? I called you Sir Alex. That's not the real. That was the wrong Alex.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
now Daddy Chick. If you saw that on Twitter,
Yeah, Daddy
change the
Chick.
name. Yeah,
It's coming.
I'm all right. My bracket's so busted and it's so frustrating at this point. I lost some bets this weekend.
That's
It's
a
just
shame.
poor March Madness is killing me this year. It really is. My March Madness luck and good vibes is stripped of me once again.
Anyway, I think it's proper for me to say this. I can't really reveal the full details of it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start it off with this. After the NCAA tournament, we're gonna be announcing a big hire. I'm not gonna say who it is. I'm not gonna say what they do or their specialty, but sort of a company update. We'll start there. We're gonna be bringing on a very, very, very big time hire. So that is item number one. I don't know how else to really say it. It's about all I can say, but I've been itching to share this, so I had to get that out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else you can say without like giving it away. People that know obviously know how easy it is to kind of give that information away. But I'm excited just as many other people are here. It's a huge jump for what we're planning to do and what we can do in the future. So to have this person here with us is going to be so big, and not a lot of people have realized that yet.
Yeah, it's kind of gone under the radar for the site for some reason. I don't quite get it. I think Chad's the only one that kind of pointed that out, but I'm excited for that news to come. Can I tell a quick story? Because I don't really have a real agenda for this, but
Yeah,
I wanted to lead it off with this. So I know I've spoken in the past about how my friends aren't maybe the most reliable, or I don't feel heard all the time. So this weekend, I went to the brewery with my friends, and that should have been something that should be fun. We're old adults now. We can just hang out at a brewery and just kind of shoot the shit and see what happens. That was a homework assignment. I did not have fun. That felt like a chore to do that. So I get to the brewery and we're there for an hour and 20 minutes. And it's like, oh, we got to go. In what world is an hour and 20 minutes good enough for me to get a little buzz on? I had 2 beers and a little slushy.
You can't sit at a brewery for like an hour and a half. That's
an hour and 20 minutes. So after that, I kind of just sat there and said, what the hell am I doing, man? It's like, I feel like that was a chore. I didn't even have fun. And not only that, while I was there was no good conversations. None. And the other thing that sort of pisses me off is I feel like, I don't know, because I don't keep anything offline anymore.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, and I'm starting to learn this more and more and more. I want to keep people that have good energy around me. I'm sort of a pessimistic person, but I mean, my friends, like, if you told them we can either save the dog or you, there's no shot they're saving me. They would save the dog over me any day of the week. So I don't know where I'm going with this. All I know is part of me just wants to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I've sort of been contemplating this, and we've kind of talked about this on and off camera, but there's like 50% of me that just wants to get out of here and move the company to Vegas. And then 50% of me that's like, well, that's maybe not the smartest thing in the world. We can set up in Philly and be okay. Uh, so that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we like you said, we've had some conversations about this on and off camera, and realistically, most people know what the right answer in that question is. Realistically. Uh, but how long have you known these people from the brewery? Like, has this been like a long friendship, and then this
I
weekend was
have
just kind of
have a total of 0 high school friends. All of these friends are from college, my first college. I'm sort of the outcast in the group. I sort of met them while like they're all from the state of Maryland and I am the Pennsylvania guy. So I am sort of the outcast of the group,
and then
or at least
I know
was.
and again more with these conversations that are like off air, but I think one of the things we'd also talked about too is to go off of another one of those points there that you're just kind of growing away, in some way, right? Just from those people.
I used to think that I was the problem, that we would sit there and be like, well, this is not it. But I used
Yeah.
to think I was the problem. And then this is sort of a revelation that came to me. I had a conversation with our guy Chad the other night, and he was drunk on St. Patrick's Day. But he
As you
was
should
like,
be.
as he should be. I wasn't. I wish I was, but he's like, Trey, you deserve good things to happen to you. Uh, and he's right. He's right. But every time I speak to these people, it's, well, you should be doing this, and why aren't you doing that? And you should take better care of this. Is like, I don't need that. I don't need all that. I need more positivity. The like when I talk to Sir Alex, I'm in a good mood. When I talk to Jackson, I'm in a good mood. When I talk to you, I'm in a good mood. When I talk to Chad, I'm in a good mood. I don't know. Part of me just wants to get away.
But I feel like Philly is in some way is a way.
It isn't. It's
But
a 45
but
minute
it
drive from where I'm at
but it
normally.
also would be with way different people. So like again, in a way, you're not near them, and you're with the people that you were just saying were the ones that you feel good talking to.
I will just say this, and I kind of said this in the general the other day.
Yeah.
Anybody that's not in our Vendetta circle, I don't give a fuck about. I hope they crash and burn to the ground. It doesn't matter who they are. Like, I'm being dead serious. The people in our company are pretty much the only people I care about. I don't have a real family. I don't have real friends. I have nothing except these people.
Well, I think you just brought up the general, so I think this is a good thing that I want to hear your thoughts on actually, face to face versus, in our text exchange on Slack. Why don't you tell the story about, was that Friday during the day or was that Thursday during the day, where you had asked that question of what does everybody think, what Vendetta is, the whole meaning behind the company. Why don't you explain that story? Because I think that was a big thing that happened. And I don't think, I didn't really think that we were going to have to do that as a company, that was going to come out where we had to just, say these things. But it was really cool to understand that a lot of people were on the same page, understanding.
Was everyone on the same
I
page?
mean, in terms of, I think maybe I'm saying that towards my answer, because I think my answer was kind of the same as, I know that I forget who it was that commented before me, but they kind of had the same answer as me, which was, my meaning was, yeah, it's sports in an unfiltered way, but we get the opportunities to say what we want when we want to say it. We also are put in positions to be successful. People that are writing aren't necessarily going to be on camera. Again, you're just put in a situation to be successful. And the other thing that I had said was, it's just your choice if you want to be successful.
Yeah, so I guess it was Friday then. One of the people on the site came to me as a school project to set up a social media campaign. And I kind of sat through the presentation with the school, and I'm supposed to, like, give this person feedback on how they did. They did not understand maybe anything when it came to the company. The overall social media campaign had zero identity with what the company believes in. So I kind of posed the question to everyone, what does this brand mean to you? And you said everyone was kind of on the same page. Some of the answers I thought were very far in left field. I don't know. I can't speak for everyone, but maybe 20% of the answers I was like, that's weird. So I sort of came across from my viewpoint from founding the company, a former wrestler with a screw loose, didn't feel like I could express myself in a way that I had to fit in some box when it came to every other company that's out there. So I sort of created this. And I mean, you're right that yes, you guys have the creative control to do what you want. My brain only goes in so many different directions. So I hope I'm not going to try to paint the picture that, hey, you have to be like Trey. So the real value behind Vendetta is I can breathe, sleep, eat, shit what I'm doing better than you. And that I hope, and I used hockey guy Andrew as an example, who's going to be on the show Wednesday, because he's not necessarily a psychopath like me, but he does his own thing. I don't put any ropes around him, and he does it better than everybody else. His hockey blogs, you want to react to him.
I mean, they're fun. They're fun reads. They're fun reads. I guarantee you, I told you this. I guarantee you, every Flyers fan after that loss, who was reading after that 9-0 loss to the Rangers, who was reading that, was like, "Yep. Get." I don't agree with Coach Elaine's thoughts here. I don't agree with benching players that and making them healthy scratches. Everything that he says is right.
The people that I want are the people like Andrew, where you want to react to his stuff. He's intelligent. He's smart. He goes about it in his own ways. And I think he knows hockey better than everyone else. And he doesn't necessarily have to say it. Those are the people that I like. The people that have weird brains that can kind of go out and kind of carve their niche to where I can't really replace what they do. And they have full creative control. I'm sort of somebody that's always angry and wants to take shots. And I don't know. I guess I'm probably not summarizing it the way that it should be, but I just kind of had a meeting with everyone about what the brand means to them. I thought it was productive though.
Yeah, I know a lot of people got that's what I meant. I didn't think we were, that type of question was going to come up to everyone as a group, but I think it was good because everyone in all 42 people were responding to it and giving their thoughts on it. And then that's why it was nice, you had said, "Oh, I'm going to wait till I get to the end because then I can understand it." And then people who maybe were on the fence with their answers or didn't really say what you exactly thought they were going to say, kind of agreed exactly with what you said. But the other thing that you had just said is the whole creativity thing. And that thing kind of pisses me off because, just as an example, your Krispy Kreme article today. It's a great creative article. It's kind of a cool thing that Krispy Kreme's doing. It was a fun read. It was short and sweet, just like the damn Krispy Kreme donuts. And like that one. And we need more of that. There was like that Nike VP, she had to resign because of her son was selling their shoes. That's a great article that's not really like associated with sports or related to LeBron James high ankle sprain or related to the March Madness tournament. But they would be fun reads that can get some views because it can show our versatility in actually doing other things that aren't related to sports. But for some reason, it's just like, oh, that's a cool article. I could probably do that in 20 seconds as a writer. But no, I'll leave Trey to get 4,000 out of 8,000.
One of the things I said in the State of the Union post, and I've been trying to beg people to do this, and I've been trying to take examples on it, like I did today. Please, we can write about other things that are not sports related. At the end of the day, yes, we are a sports company. We were a media company as well. And I use this example all the time. If two old ladies get in a fight at Wawa, I want it blogged. I don't care who does it. It needs to be covered. Stuff like that needs to be covered. So when Krispy Kreme's handing out free donuts for a vaccine, we need to write about it. And I know nobody was going to do it unless I did it. So I don't know necessarily how to find those people, but the sports people we have should be multi-versatile so where they can do those sort of things.
Yeah, I don't feel like we need to have a writer that knows nothing about sports and we can only have them do creative things. I don't really think, if an article's, and what did you say a couple a couple of weeks ago. It might have even been a week ago, but I remember you had said in the chat, if I send an article in here or you send an article in here, take it and write it. If you can't write it, then don't send it. So when, I don't know, if articles are sent in there, like it's free access to a free article, because then your ass doesn't have to go out and find an article to write about. It's right there for you. Take it and go.
Yeah, I think what you were talking about was my policy on breaking news stuff.
Yeah.
So when something breaks, like, hey, Drew Brees retired, I don't want to hear from you. If you're gonna drop it in, it better be, hey, you're telling me you're doing this. I don't need people dropping things in the chat and then there's confusion like, well, I saw somebody dropped it in the chat, but I don't know if it's being done, but this person kind of dropped it in. So we're just kind of waiting around and nobody's taking the post. That shit drives me nuts. Nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's different how things run here. I mean, it's, like you gave us like the freedom to do what we want, but there's some things that are, when it's right in front of your face, why don't we talk about it after, or like,
Yeah.
not right when it happens.
At the end of the
I
day,
understand the thought though.
the news cycle does not sleep.
Yeah.
So
I
you
mean,
guys,
I get
you
the
guys
thought.
can have a conversation all you want, but the stuff that needs to be covered, and I don't need to hear from you until it is.
Yeah. No, but I do get the thought though, there's people here that are, and I'm sure, in an office setting, if that happens, somebody would be like, yo, Drew Brees just retired. And then that would create a whole thing. It's different when we're, over the phone. But I get that. But, why don't we, again, back to the whole point of, we're put in the correct position to be successful as writers. Why don't we just take it and run with it? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a writer, so I don't know, but
I don't know, this thought came to my head. One of the people at our company wants to do for example, the Trey Daubert show. I don't feel like that's necessarily something I need to be doing unless I have like a million followers and people want to specifically hear about me. I like sharing these company updates because I think people like them, and I think our own people like them or like to hear what's going on. But I don't think I necessarily need a Trey Daubert podcast or Trey Daubert show.
yeah, I mean, I think the cool part about why, and maybe this is one of the reasons why we're getting those views on those reels when you talk about the company, or those views on the TikToks when you talk about the company. Maybe people that have been here long enough understand that this is, in year 3. So they can, when they hear these updates, they're literally hearing and seeing you do this from ground zero. It's not like we're already at 2.5 million followers and they're watching us as we're famous. We're literally, you're building this from ground zero. So I think maybe people are seeing it more because it's like, oh, this is pretty cool. Like, this is something that's in the works and it's going to take a little while, and we can see the progression of how it goes. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that is the reason. But again, you never know. It's hashtags, it's social media, whatever. But still, I really think maybe people that are just like, oh, this is cool. This is cool to see this progress. This is cool to see what happens. I don't know how I would do it, but I can watch them do it.
I wake up every single day now, and my only thought process is, how do I get an office as soon as possible, and how do I get people under contract as soon as possible? That is pretty much my thinking every single day now.
Yeah, and I mean that's a great thought process to have, especially as we are doing these behind the scenes things. And I kind of like to have that suspense for people, are not only people out there but that are watching, but people around the company as well. Just this suspense that's building up from what's to come is exciting, and it's only making people like me who are graduating in 6 weeks just ready
6
to
weeks.
start doing it. Yeah, I mean, it's like May 12th, May 11th or May 12th. I find out April 9th. So it's like literally in 2 months, I'll be done school. I'll be, ready to go. So it's crazy. I mean, I'm just excited to not be doing, assignments that that don't necessarily apply to me, and to be able to just put my head at one specific thing. Um, is just I can't wait. Like I literally just there's so many things that are bottling up towards the rest of the semester for me, and I'm just like I just want to be done. Like none of this is just like 6
It'll be
weeks.
here before you know it. It'll be
Yeah,
here
I
before you
can't
know it.
wait. I mean, I shouldn't be saying that as a college
Speaking of
student.
school, Anthony actually messaged me. He's like, you should give a commencement speech at my school."
What?
There's been some talk that maybe I could give like a speech at Anthony's and Adam's school. I don't know if it would be like a job fair thing or like I don't know, just some kind of talk for their media group or whatever. But
When did this come up?
I have a little secret group chat with people in the Slack, and he just thinks I would be a great motivational speaker and wants me to give a little speech at the school.
That'd be see. We need to get cameras on there. Oh, it would probably be virtual, right?
For what?
It would probably be virtual, right?
Well, I'm not doing virtual. That's just.
I mean, but how are you gonna go there and you're gonna
That's
so
true.
you're gonna like there's no way.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But
I
they'd
don't want
probably
to
have
do
you do it
virtual.
over a
That's a
Zoom.
waste of time.
I mean, at least it could be recorded and it could be something
Ugh.
that you could throw up on the Trey Dalbert speaks out. Commencement speech 2021. COVID-19 and Vendetta Sports Media take on whatever the hell the university is called. Headline of the month.
Man.
That's cool though.
Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm even doing it, but I've been approached with the idea.
We also need to figure out, I mean, how many like seniors that we have here. Cause it's like,
I say this all the time. Everybody, you're always being watched. You're always being monitored, whether it be by me. There are companies out there right now that I can guarantee they've looked at our stuff and they've noticed who does a good job and who doesn't. And you're always being watched. And I watch people all the time. It's like, I want to poach this guy. Let's get him in the mix, So you're always making an impression, whether you think you are or not.
yeah, that's why, as people graduate, you would think, oh, maybe down the line there'll be people that are trying to poach, but there's real ones here. There's real ones here. So
Yeah, we have some winners, but we have less winners than I think that think they're winners.
I agree.
If that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. I agree. And then that was one of the first topics of I think it was Wednesday, or I think it was Thursday of last week. That was before the whole, what's the brand mean to you? What's the company mean to you?
I wake up every single day angry at the world, angry at everybody, because I'm going to make Chad's little thing my motto for the rest of the year. Good things deserve to happen to me. I'm tired of good things not happening to me. So I'm just on a warpath pretty much every single day. I mean, I'm the number one post guy again today when I shouldn't be, but I somehow still am, while I'm doing 800 other things and monitoring everyone else and getting everyone else their needs. But I somehow have the most articles published today again. So I'm just a one-man wrecking crew right now. We just need we need more Treys. I don't know where to find them.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're totally right. I mean, there's not much else to say. I mean, we have people, and we had this argument. I mean, like back with the whole video problem from 2 weeks ago, we shouldn't have audio people doing video things. It just doesn't make sense. We shouldn't have writers that aren't producing when their title is literally writer. Like, do we have to spell out what that means? I don't get it.
Well, and Chad kind of mentioned this to everyone, that he thinks I should just do a mass firing.
Yeah, right. It's another good point that has
And
happened so far.
when the time comes where contracts are handed out, I will feel much better about doing that. But I don't necessarily think he's wrong.
Chad apparently says, and you told me this, Chad apparently says that you're too nice.
Am I too nice?
Because you aren't letting these people go.
Am I too nice?
I don't think so. I mean, in some of these things, you're berating these people. I mean, you have every right to, but I think he just thinks that by you not firing these people and letting the stress build up from the same people, and causing problems with you as you're trying to do your stuff, that it is too nice of you to not let them go. But again, that's something I didn't think about. Where if you do have the contracts, and then you're like, okay, and you are definitely sure as hell not getting one. So pack your bags, sayonara. Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
That's sort of what I've been sort of been what I've been waiting for. It will be much easier to do that compared to right now when everyone sort of has a chance to make an impression.
Right. And that's something that I didn't really think about, where it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I could see him doing it to these couple people. Or maybe let's talk about that. And then it can be like, all right, let's think about this more. But then I think we did talk about it, on the Slack. And then it was like, well, I'm kind of just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, or we still have more time. But when that time runs out, sorry.
I like the shrug. The shrug gets me going.
Yeah, it gets going. So let's talk about Wednesday, what we got planned.
Yeah.
Got the hockey guys coming on.
We're going to have Andrew McGinnis. He's our Flyers guy and our main hockey guy. And Matt Durich, who made an appearance before. We're going to have both of them on. I think it'll be fun just because the Flyers are kind of going down the toilet too.
Yeah, I know. And it'll be nice to hear Andrew's thoughts in person after what happened last week.
I'm a hockey guy. That should not be understated right now.
And you know what?
My hockey knowledge is going through the roof. I wrote a deep, in-depth post about Joel Farabee.
And you felt good about it.
I felt good about it.
And this can also be an opportunity for your fantasy team, because Andrew knows a lot more than me. Matt knows a lot more than me. So, you can get some key insiders on what to do with the team from the young Andrew.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun interview. That's probably a good place to wrap it up. I don't know where else to put it. One thing I've learned more recently that I should have learned earlier is that I need to start getting rid of the toxic people that bring me down. That's one thing I've started to learn. I don't have anybody that I rely on when it comes to that stuff. None. I had no family member I could just call up and be like, hey, I need to talk about this. I have zero people like that. So I almost feel like I'd be fucking better off by myself than keeping people around.
Does the toxic people mean from here or from where you are right now?
I would say more so.
Both.
I would say more so the people I've met face to face. Like a perfect example is one of my friends. He came to me and he said, "You're getting to the point where I need to start helping you." It's like, where were you last year? Where were you 6 months ago? To me, that was disrespectful. Like, oh, so you see all the results, so now you want to help. But I didn't hear from you 3 months ago. I didn't hear from you 6 months ago. So those are the things that in my head, I'm like, those people should be my friends. But I to me, that's disrespectful. So
I see it that way. Wow.
That's kind of a culmination of the things that happened to me.
Yeah, of everything that's just kind of built up over, your time where you are right now. I think that's also part of it too.
Yeah. I did this by myself. Yeah. And another, the same friend was like, you need investors. You're at the point where you need investors. And I'll say this for the group. I will never sell. I will never sell. Like a lot of media companies will be like, chance to get rich. Fuck it. I'll do it. Not me. I get bored very easily. There's nothing that gets me going. Like running this company, like putting people in my back pocket. Like I would get bored. I would have nothing to do. I will never sell ever.
That's a good way to think about it too. And you also said that when you explained your whole, your background on your thoughts on the brand and your thoughts on the company.
I've had zero help doing this.
Yeah.
None. There is not a single person that helped me build it. I mean, I had some help building it, but not real help. Like, I don't have any financial help. I don't have any there are 7,000 total posts on the site. 4,000 of them are mine. And we have 40 some people. I don't know. I will not stop working ever. So I will never sell because nobody will outwork me. So why would I?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I mean, and that's also part of your motto. Like you've said that multiple times. No one's gonna outwork me. I've done this from ground zero. Nobody else has been on my
We have
side.
no financial help. No, right. I've had zero. There's never been a time where someone has sat next to me and be like, I'm going to help you with this. Never.
Yeah.
Not once.
And that's just how it goes. I mean, but those same people, they're gonna be the ones hitting you up when you get there.
Those are not real friends to me.
And one of the things that I've said is, my people know who they are. Those people know how I feel about them, vice versa, back to back. So when we are there, when I am there, don't try to be one of those people. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
You're not here now, so don't act like it when we're there later. Sorry.
Yep.
It's all full circle.
All right, we can wrap this up. I don't want to make it too long anyway. I'll shout out the shows real quick. The show handles That's Some Cheese minus the E for Twitter, _ That's Some Cheese for the Instagram. Myself, Trey Dalbert for TikTok. Follow All Day AJ27 on Twitter. Myself, Trey Dalbert. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and we will see you next time.